everybody. This is your host, Dave. Lately, I've been really busy on a lot of things, especially coming from work or my education and other certain things in my lifestyle. But just to reassure you guys, I'm not done making videos. I still have a ton of videos to make, so just stick around. I might be a little bit lagging on making videos. Now, in today's topic, this is going to be something that a lot of people have been requesting. I was actually saving it for later on in the future, but since it's being requested very often, let's take a look at this video right now. Let's just take a look and see what it says.
The problem with the solar flare ability is that Superman saves it as a last resort. If this power is an absolute last resort, then this means that Superman is nearly depleted and empty in terms of energy. So his solar flare is only going to release what he has left, and what he has left is not much. In fact, the strongest solar flare is barely city level. Even Batman stated it was only city level, and no one argues with Batman. Now, Goku is also a guy who likes to save his Kamehameha towards the end of his battles, but at the very least, these blasts have been shown time and time again to be well above planet level, while Superman's solar flare is only city level.
This is very common when it comes to Superman's solar flare. Due to the lack of knowledge and maybe even research, people don't seem to understand exactly how powerful this is. We're talking about all the energy that is within Superman. The energy that could easily lift planets, right? You could lift planets for 5 days. This is some type of attack that is really, really powerful. So we're going to go over exactly everything of what pertains to the solar flare. Going to where it was first discovered, this was when Superman was fighting Ulysses. Ulysses was pretty ticked off that his planet exploded, and now he was going to use his powers to actually destroy the planet. And what Superman did was unleash his heat vision towards Ulysses. Now take a look at what was happening. He slowly began expanding his heat vision, and all of a sudden, as Batman stated, it detonated. Superman detonated, unleashing every single solar energy he had. Now let's take a look on who Superman used his solar flare on. Ulysses was a baby when he arrived at the fourth dimension. The essence of that dimension, literally he had the power to actually absorb it now. He also has interdimensional energies, which means that he could cross dimensions. Now what's crazy is that he could absorb all sorts of energy. Doesn't matter what, he could absorb energy. So this potentially could be unlimited amount of energy that Ulysses has. Ulysses doesn't need sleep at all. He is constantly getting a supply of energy regardless, so sleeping is really not necessary for him. And when Superman used the super flare on Ulysses, it overloaded Ulysses. This is something that in the end of the fight KO'd Ulysses. So we know for a fact that this is an attack that contains a lot of concentrated energy. So according to Animation Rewind, Batman stated that this is a city level attack. But let's really take a look at exactly what Batman actually said. Batman said that Superman's solar flare incinerated everything within a quarter of a mile around him, and it left them depleted. It doesn't say that this is enough of an equal of a nuke or anything like that. Now let's see what Superman says about his own super flare. Superman says that every cell in his body when he's unleashing his solar energy feels like a miniature supernova. The average human being has about 37.2 trillion cells within its body. I've seen debaters actually use this format and saying that every cell is a supernova, so that will be extremely strong. Some people won't actually buy it because they believe that this is a hyperbole, or Superman just is saying and giving an example. It is not really a fact. So I'm not really going to be using the number of cells to determine Superman's super flare. So the $1,000,000 question is, how much energy does Superman has to determine the super flare? In order to answer that question, we obviously need to figure out how much energy Superman has stored. Now luckily I found a series where we could get an idea how much energy Superman carries. This goes from the point where he utilizes full energy, and to the very end he is very exhausted. We'll get a measurement of how much power Superman has. In Superman Doom series, this is where Brainiac arrived close to Earth in order to conquer it. Superman from the very beginning had a plan in order to free everybody else and also get the Brainiac ships and Earth inside the Phantom Zone. That's the plan, that was the idea. And in order for that to happen, Superman needed to power up this machine in order to actually access the Phantom Zone. And for him to do that, him and with Martian Manhunter, they both went close to the sun in order for him to give a full blast of energy so that it can be utilized to power up the machine. Now this is a fully charged Superman. This is the very beginning point of my argument of how much energy Superman has. He gave a full blast directed to Earth. And now let's take a look at what happened during the Heat Vision's path. It actually damaged Brainiac's ship. This is a ship that is even strong enough to go inside of a black hole. It is still strong enough to stay intact. But Superman's Heat Vision damaged the ship. Now when this happened, everything just went chaos. Nothing went according to plan. Now we have Brainiac's ship going at 36,000 miles per hour, about to collide with Earth. For Superman and Martian Manhunter to move Brainiac's ship back into orbit, back into space, this is kinetic energy that they both use that could destroy Earth 100,000 times over. This puts their strength level on the multiplanetary, if not on a large planet. There is a calculation made for Superman and Martian Manhunter moving Brainiac's ship, and I will leave a link in the description. But even after moving Brainiac's ship, Superman and Martian Manhunter had to fight dozens and dozens of drones. Now, not only that is energy wasted, but Superman also had to let the Doomsday virus take into effect, go inside Brainiac's ship, and also create a black hole with the energy that he received so that Brainiac's ship could be sucked in. Now, this black hole that was created, it is literally energy around the 34 million supernovas. That's how much it was calculated, and I will leave a link in the description for that one as well. Superman dragged Brainiac into this black hole. And exactly look what Brainiac says to Superman. He said that he had energy to save himself. But Superman said that he freed every human being in the planet with this energy. And that is a lot of energy, especially that we're talking about approximately 7 billion people that he needed to free. And not only that, he had to close the black hole, the one that he opened. He had to close it in order to prevent from Earth being destroyed by it. This energy that Superman used is enough on the 34 million supernovas. That's how much is estimated. Now all I'm going through is the solar masses within the black hole. I'm not taking into consideration how much energy you need to take away its gravitational pull and other such things. This is a very low ball calculation. Even after the event of the black hole, God Brainiac took Superman a place outside of time and space, imprisoned him. Superman had to break free, fight a couple of brainiacs, he had to travel from the edge of the universe, from where he was at, back to Earth, which was 60 days. And the continuous kinetic energy that Superman was producing in order to fly as fast as he is was literally on the very high solar system level. For 60 days, Superman produced this kinetic energy. That is 5,184,000 seconds. Superman continuously produces energy. And not only that, Superman also stated that he went through black holes in order to clean himself from the Doomsday virus. This is something that Superman did casually. Now, with all of that being said, with the black hole, Brainiac ships being moved, and Superman coming back from the edge of the universe and back for 60 days, going through black holes, and to be honest, I don't know how big the black holes are. There are some supermassive black holes, there are really small black holes, but all of this combined puts Superman in the multi-galaxy energy into one being. Now, has Superman ever defeated someone on the magnitude on the multi-galaxy range? As a matter of fact, he did. During the battle against Galactic Golem, and there's just only one scan, Superman defeated Galactic Golem with his super flare. Now, in his previous incarnation, post-crisis Superman had to literally be inside of Galactic Golem, destroying planet and planet in order to find that one source to actually finish off Galactic Golem. It was his weakness. But New 52 Superman used his super flare and defeated him. Galactic Golem is the embodiment of the universe. He is made out of planets and stars. He has hyperstellar energies. He receives energies from stars as well. And that's why his name is titled Galactic, meaning galaxies. That's what he is made out of. And Superman's super flare literally destroyed him. It incinerated him, which proves the fact that Superman's super flare is on the multi-galaxy, and Superman uses this as a last resort. This could even possibly mean that Superman even has more energy than what he did to destroy Galactic Golem. Now, another question arises. If Superman has so much energy, why is this attack small in radius? Now, to answer that question, take a look at this scan. The Justice League trained Superman to have this attack a lot more smaller and contained. This is an area of effect. This is a concentrated attack to prevent a lot of collateral damage. Now, this is a video just to show you how much energy dishes out during his super flare or solar flare. This is a last resort attack, so obviously Superman must have more power when he initially fights. This is used as a last resort. Well, I hope you learned something today. I know I had a lot of explaining to do, and I hope you enjoyed it. So thanks for watching. Until next time.